Paul Robeson went here, the famous black communist.
Oh, communist. Should we be celebrating that?
Are you triggered?
Yes.
No, I'm asking you a question.
I believe, communism's a great thing, actually.
The idea of communism is like absolutely liberating. It's the idea of like embracing a collective spirit to like build a better world.
Yes, resist. What are you resisting?
I'm resisting you, bitch.
Wow, very progressive and brave.
The bwah. They really think that's a gotcha, don't they? They really think that like their intros are like super indicting of the left and how insane the left is, but like it's not. It's just Kaitlin Bennet getting owned, and then they go, bwah.
Is this a show?
Yes,
It is?
you're live right
I'm
now.
live? Oh, what is
Yeah,
this show?
we're live right now. This show is Liberty Hangout Show.
Liberty Hangout Show.
Subscribe, hit the notification bell.
Notification, subscribe.
Can you tell us, Liberty?
Don't subscribe. Don't even fucking send her a penny. Kaitlin Bennet is like a noted fascist, as we have discussed before. But look at this guy's earring and the headphone over the ear loopy thing. That's like, and the way that he's just like, yeah, I'm totally down to do your YouTube show. Like, I want to find a guy like that in my campus.
Liberty Hangout #1 YouTube channel. Subscribe. Give us a
Liberty,
little plug.
Liberty Hangout #1 YouTube channel. Subscribe to that.
Perfect. Okay, question for you. Hi guys, do you want to do a group interview here? You look cute. You gotta show that outfit off, okay? All right, real quick. I won't hold you guys.
I can't believe Kaitlin Bennet complimented a woman who has her belly showing. Isn't she like a trad wife?
What's up?
Me and James are both white people. Like we are in the oppressive class, and like we recognize.
Am I in the impressive class?
Yeah, just like we benefit from white privilege in a way that like it's not
Okay, so it cuts to them talking about white supremacy.
it's not obvious, but it's in a more subtle way. I mean, look around. Do you see any
That guy's looking like,
indigenous people?
Yeah, I talked to a lot today, actually.
Really? What tribes were they from?
I didn't ask because that's not important to me.
But
Do
it
you know
is.
do you know the
Of course it's not important to Kaitlin Bennet.
It's not important
do you know
to
the
me.
history of this campus?
Tell me about it.
This was built, most of it was built by slave labor.
Why are you here?
Many buildings have the names of slaveholding families.
Why do you go in them?
Well, because Rutgers has a legacy also on top of this.
She's trying to get them for hypocrisy that they didn't commit. She's like, then why do you go in them? If you, like, she assumes that leftists just believe that you should boycott everything that sucks. But if you did that, you would die. You, like, capitalism engulfs, like, everything. Because it's the stage of society we're in. Like, it's the material structure of our culture or society. So, like, you can't escape it. Like, she's literally just pulling the you're a communist and yet you participate in society thing. It's like, yes. And, like,
with really radical politics. Paul Robeson went here, the famous black communist.
Oh, communist. Should we be celebrating that?
Are you triggered?
No, I'm asking you a question.
I believe, communism's a great thing, actually. I mean, obviously, it's been implemented in ways that haven't been effective in some
Can you show
capacity.
me where it's
I
been
believe-
effective?
I believe naturally humans hold
USSR lifted people out of poverty and fed the hungry, and defeated a fucking monarchy. Cuba has like 90-something% literacy rate as a direct result of Cuban socialism, and some of the best hospitals and doctors in the world, entirely fucking socialized healthcare system. If you want to talk about like huge states that actually did improve living conditions for people, like even Maoist China did that. Like, people act like socialist countries in these fucking primitivistic, non-developed areas didn't improve things and advance society when they did, by a lot of material metrics. So, like, Communism is not a failure. Leftist economics in general are not a universal failure, but every single time a capitalist wants to make an argument like this, or someone who believes in capitalism wants to make an argument like this, they attack it as if the whole thing is just like debunked de facto. They act like it's not even natural. And because they think that, like, they're totally ideologically possessed. They think that, like, which is ironic, because even, like, Jordan Peterson will complain about, like, oh, the ideological possession of the Marxist on the college campus is causing transgender individuals to cut off my son's penis. But, no, where the fuck was my train of thought going before I made the Jordan Peterson impression? Oh, yeah, it's ideological possession, because they believe that their system is the natural one, and it's essentially the correct only way of doing things. And so some of these fucking brainwashed capitalist people don't even believe that communism is a thing. Like, they don't even think it exists. Like, they don't even like see it as like a... They think it's like a delusion. But I think you'll find people on the left are much more rational and realistic about, like, what these terms actually mean in the real world.
Collective spirit. We are not atomized individuals. Neoliberalism has torn through humanity.
So individualism is out of the picture.
No, not individualism, neoliberalism. Those are different.
I believe we all have individual rights and the right to self-determination, as Palestinian people do as well.
Based.
Very brave.
3 based points.
Yes.
Yes, actually, unironically, because of the fact that fucking the biggest censorship issue on college campuses historically has been people protesting against the apartheid state of Israel on the Palestinians, and the educational establishment doesn't want that. So it is fucking brave for this guy to be like, yeah, Palestinians have a right to humanity, because people like Kaitlin Bennet, especially, and Ben Shapiro, and people with fucking huge platforms like Barry Weiss and the New York Times are smearing Ilhan Omar as anti-Semitic for making fucking simple, logical, true statements about the Israel lobby's influence on our Congress. Which really just shows their anti-Muslim biases, by the way, because obviously those exist, and people like fucking Ben Shapiro, who said that Palestinians like to live in open sewage while Israelis like to build shit. Whew. Would you mind modding me on Twitch so I can ban this individual? Okay, I'll figure it out. Roadcone. User actions. Mod. Okay. Transphobic Christian fundamentalists in the chat. Yeah, but I think I just made some good points. I think. I can't really remember where I was, but...
And I also believe that naturally we are innately collective. And I believe that we all exist in a mosaic of humanity. And I think the fact that the capitalist system and neoliberal...
I don't like... See, this kid is based, but I don't like talking about being naturally based on whatever in general, about, like, anything, because I'm very anti-essentialist. But if you want to talk about that, then the point that must be made is the fact that human selfishness is equally as natural as human cooperation. Competition and cooperation and instincts toward those things are equally as natural in humans. We are social animals. The thing that matters is which system and structure of society enforces and encourages which one. And I would argue that capitalism encourages and rewards the competitive instinct of humanity, and communism or socialism rewards and emphasizes the cooperative dimension.
Liberalism has completely destroyed that, produces ideologies like the far right that believe that in some ways ecofascism is a direct result of that.
My God.
And also, God isn't real, and you're a delusional moron. But anyways.
God, you were throwing out all these really crazy, weird terms. Ecofascism. No, they are. Like,
No, I mean,
honestly,
like,
if you talk to a normal person, ecofascism,
normal or
that's
uneducated?
really
Based. I love this chick, too.
stupid.
The shooter self-identified as an eco-fascist. He wrote a manifesto about the climate crisis.
They bleeped out the name of a shooter. I don't know which one he's talking about. I think there's so many that you don't know, but like I think it was so they don't get demonetized.
He said he accepted the science and then scapegoated black and brown people.
This is on the rise now, especially too, by the way, ecofascism, what they're talking about here, with fucking COVID, which I hope the fuck I don't have. As far as like people making narratives about like, oh, humans are the real virus. Human beings are the real virus. It's like, no, we're not. We're not the real virus. The virus is a virus.
As a scapegoat.
That type of rhetoric will be used by reactionaries in fucking the later decades of this century to be like, hey, why don't we just kill all the climate refugees who are trying to come in? Like, you're literally just aiding a future generation of reactionaries who will probably have power if the socialist revolution doesn't stop them, which I'm intending on stopping them.
For the climate crisis. This is real threats that we're dealing with, and I think to say that they're not real problems really minimizes.
I never said that. I said it's silly. What is ecofascism? What is that?
It's this idea that it's a branch of far-right politics. Usually far-right people don't accept the fact that climate change is a real pressing problem.
What do you think about this? You're just a bystander. What do you identify with? Are you a right-wing, left-wing? Don't really care?
Don't really care.
Okay.
I'm in the middle.
Okay. What about ecofascism? Are you contributing to that?
I wasn't really listening to anything that was just said.
I don't blame you. If you want to walk away, you're totally free to. You look like you have more.
Is your name Kaitlin Bennet or something?
It is, yeah.
Oh, I've seen you. I don't know. Okay.
All right, have a good day.
He knows who she is and he just walks away from her. He's like, yeah, I don't want to be on fucking Liberty Hangout, sorry.
All right, very cool, guys. I mean, I wouldn't be, if you're that conscious about slavery and the Native Americans, I wouldn't be on this campus if you told me all that crazy history.
Wait, is she saying she's not conscious? Like, what? You can tell by his face that he knows how stupid that is. Like, he...
But, I mean, it is really weird that you're okay with
We wanna get an
communists being
education
here.
So we can.
Yes, I need the education.
No, I didn't say that. I said we are here getting an education
Okay,
so we
I'm
can
sorry.
better the systems that we do believe are structurally oppressing people. It's not fair to just say we recognize that the history is problematic, but there's also a positive history that James very diligently pointed out.
Communists came out of the school.
Communist radicals, just people who think
That's
in a different
positive.
way. I mean, radical is an inherently positive thing.
Communists. That's okay.
Yes. The idea of communism is absolutely liberating. It's the idea of
This gives me so much faith for humanity to watch this.
embracing a collective
Dude, why are both of the lefties hot as fuck? I don't know, dude.
spirit to build a better world. I mean, what, do you have a defense of this instead of just acting shocked? Can you give me something to work with?
Yes.
I think we're all attractive.
So I think communism is inherently wrong because
Being a leftist makes you hotter.
it strips away the individual. There's no more individual, so people can't be looked at as you're an individual, you're all different, you all have the right to do and be what you want to do and be and believe in. Communism takes away that ability to be who you are. It puts you in a collective to where thought is no longer about the individual, it's a collective thinking. Yes, it is.
He's like, no.
And then inherently
He's like, yeah, that's just not what happens.
communism is wrong because it's based off of theft.
the right word.
Communism is not okay because you don't have the right to your property under communism. Inherently, every person has the right to their property. You don't have the right
They're properly.
to your property?
No. Right now we're not living in a communist system, but But I'm willing to give up. Personal property is a capitalistic notion that has been embedded in us, so we think that it's the right thing to do.
Right. It's ideology. Yes, dude. Yes.
Because
Why isn't it right to have your property and have a right to your property?
because private ownership is directly related to the exploitation of the people who are creating the thing.
So consent to trade with an individual is exploiting? Hold on, I'm talking to her.
No. Wait, consent to trade? That's not what I'm saying. When did trade become a point
You
of...
talk about capitalism is wrong because it exploits people.
Yes.
So consensual trade, I'm talking to her. Consensual trade is exploitation.
Consensual trade is not happening in capitalism. It's not a barter system.
Trade is fine, everyone's on the same playing
Yes,
field.
yeah.
Capitalism does not produce even outcomes for people.
Right.
That's the point. It shouldn't. It's trading.
I mean, if you want
It's
What? Fair trade, but it's not equal, and that's the point of it.
competition.
Above everybody else.
Wait, we
Some
agree.
people
say the
inherently
homeless
are
people.
better.
Whoa! Whoa, dude! Mask all the way off. Holy shit! Some people are inherently better.
Get a job?
What if we live in a system?
We don't.
They bleeped out the word racist.
We don't.
We don't.
Have
So-
you read the new Jim Crow?
We don't live in a society.
Like
I see
racism
different colors of
doesn't-
people
Okay,
all
give me
around
the
me
evidence.
every day.
Just give me the evidence. How do we not live in a society?
So why are 13% of black people disenfranchised right now?
Because
Is that
half-
is that
because
black
13
people deserve that.
I did not say that. No, I don't think anybody inherently deserves something based on the color
Then
of their
explain to me
skin.
why 13% of black people are disenfranchised in this country.
So 13% of the population is what makes up black people.
Millions of people are disenfranchised because of the systems
Tell me
that
the
this
system.
country is based on.
Tell me the system.
Mass incarceration, the prison industrial complex, the military industrial complex are all
The mic quality just got better as he started getting off or going off. It's like it's as if the people who set up this video for her, her crew, just hate her and want to pull a worker co-op coup on her.
perpetuate on the notion that black and brown bodies are less than white bodies.
So that's in the law.
That is prescribed in the law, yes.
Can you show me
I can
where?
show you
What's the law?
The 13th Amendment says it abolishes slavery except for the fact of people in jail, right? So it's you have this issue of mass incarceration because black people are, for the same crime, the same amount of times they're committed, they are incarcerated more times because they don't have resources to get a lawyer. They don't have resources to get any legal defense, so they're put in jail, right? Then they're stripped of the right
So
to
they're
vote.
put in jail because they don't have a legal defense?
Yeah,
You
and
have the right to an attorney.
you have the right to a paralegal. It's different. A private attorney has way more political power, way more social capital than a paralegal does.
It's really
And is worth way more capital.
disappointing. You guys
defender system isn't
You guys
funded
think so
because-
lowly of black people in this country that you
my
think
God.
that they inherently
They just look at each other, they're like, fuck.
do not have these resources. Why do you think black
She's literally accusing them of being the real racists.
people are
resources because
so
of white people.
below you? Why are they so
They were
below
enslaved
you?
for 400 years. Dude, have you read a book?
They're inherently below you. You guys act like they can't do
And why do they use the shit sound effect when they bleep out people? Her editors hate her, I'm telling you.
anything on their
We don't
own.
say they're inherently
You want
below.
to talk
We're saying
about
the system-
guys. You
the
guys want to
system
talk
puts
about
them
a
below us.
prejudiced system and a prejudiced society. The only people I see putting black people down below them is you guys, white liberals, white communists
liberal.
that sit there and say, "What are you?"
Kaitlin, liberals and communists are the same thing, Bennett.
I'm a democratic socialist.
Okay, a communist. So you guys are the ones saying black people, based on their skin color, can't do X, Y, and Z.
No.
Yes,
We're
you
saying
are.
The system did that to them. We're not saying they're inherently.
And then there's that communist
Yes, dude, yes! I fucking love these people.
collective ideology. Yes, resist. What are you resisting?
I'm resisting you, bitch.
Wow, very progressive and brave.
I don't understand what you're trying.
That's her only reply. Very progressive and brave.
Can you just tell me what you're trying to accomplish? Because I want an open dialogue with you, but you're not giving me.
You just
any
called me a.
substance.
Do you really want an open dialogue
Yes,
when you're
I
calling
want-
me names?
Because I want you to give.
Wait, Roadcone, why is a dem sock cringy? Why is it cringy? Why is it Fuck. Why is it cringy to be a democratic socialist? They're to the left of sock dems. Is it too auth for you? Are they too authoritarian for you? Would you do you prefer my anarchic ways to theirs? Is there like a delay on the
Will you
me, like, a piece of
apologize?
evidence. I'm sorry for calling you a bitch.
All right, thank
sorry.
you.
Fans at Kent State too.
Yeah, I'm sorry that you were there sucking. So, actually, just for the camera, this guy was at a party at Kent State. I don't know what you were doing there, but he was giving out free blowjobs.
Whoa! So he brings up the shit thing, and then she starts accusing him of going to her college that she went to and sucking dick
Wanted nothing in return.
for free. Which is like, aren't most blowjobs free? I mean, tells you a lot about Kaitlin Bennet.
I guess I was.
Why were you giving out free
And then this king takes it on the chin, literally, and is like, fuck yeah, communism.
blowjobs?
Communism.
Yeah.
Give it to
You know,
everyone.
collective spirit. Yeah. Share the wealth.
Redistribute the wealth. The wealth is his penis.
All right. You guys think you're acting funny, but I encourage you to look at this video after we put that in there. This is going to be great. We are running a huge sale at KaitlinBennet.org. A lot of things are 50 to 70% off on the site. Not only does it help me and fund what I do to come over here and be able to
Okay, Kaitlin. Okay, Kaitlin. All right, Kaitlin. Okay. He owned it real hard. And Kaitlin Bennet got fucking pwned really hard. Holy shit. Boom.